In May of 2026, Floyd Mayweather Jr. went on the hunt for $175 million. But not in the ring. The undefeated boxing icon filed a lawsuit accusing his former investment manager and his longtime real estate advisor of defrauding him over several years. It was the perfect capstone to an awesomely ugly month. Financial problems, legal problems, personal problems. They all seemed to be crashing into each other at once. Like the man himself had finally maxed out the karmic credit card behind the Money Mayweather persona. His planned September rematch with Manny Pacquiao was supposed to headline Las Vegas' Sphere on Netflix, but it was relocated when Mayweather tried reframing it as an exhibition. Around the same time, Mayweather was ordered to pay $1 million in child support for a daughter he repeatedly denied was his. A court ruled against him after he refused DNA testing, despite being served legal papers multiple times. He said absolutely nothing publicly. Then there was the exhibition bout against the heavyweight legend Mike Tyson, which would have potentially been a handy financial lifeline. Except it was pushed back to late 2026 after Tyson broke his hand, before a broadcaster, venue, or official date were even locked in. And hovering over the whole month was the IRS, reportedly chasing Mayweather for $7.5 million in unpaid taxes. It was laughable how bad his life had become, and that's the uncomfortable reality he was starting to live with. Not that he might be poor, but that his life was catching up with him. Inside the ropes, Mayweather was ridiculous. 50 wins, 0 losses, world titles across multiple divisions, generational defensive instincts, a first-ballot Hall of Famer who humiliated some of the best boxers the world has ever known. No one is denying any of that. Just like no one is denying that Carlos Monzon remains one of the greatest middleweights ever. But no one in their right mind frames him as an inspirational figure anymore, because he crossed a line no one can come back from. Monzon's downfall was horrific. Domestic violence accusations, assault allegations, it was all drug and alcohol-fueled chaos, and the media loved all of it, until he was convicted of killing his second wife. To be crystal clear, nobody is comparing Mayweather to a murderer. That's horrific. But boxing's moral line has always felt strangely elastic depending on how many pay-per-views somebody sells. And beyond the legal headlines, Mayweather's problematic behavior has been relentless. Former employees and associates have accused him of unpaid compensation and exploitative business practices. Civil suits have alleged fraud, breach of contract, and financial misconduct tied to investments and advisors surrounding his empire. Then there are the incidents of threats and intimidation involving alleged altercations between members of his entourage and the public, fighters, journalists, and former associates. But this is all just noise compared to his repeated involvement in domestic violence cases. There have been multiple allegations across multiple relationships over many years. Mayweather has even pleaded guilty to reduced domestic violence charges and served jail time stemming from a misdemeanor domestic battery conviction that involved the mother of 3 of his children. None of this is rumor. It's all part of the public record. Yet somehow, he's made it an afterthought in discussions about his legacy. That's the real trick Mayweather pulled off better than anybody. He sold the idea that success buys a blind eye. For a disturbingly long time, boxing fans, sponsors, and broadcasters happily played along. And that's the problem. The Money Mayweather monster didn't survive because of Floyd, it survived because everybody kept feeding it. Alexander Usyk escaped disaster against kickboxing giant Rico Verhoeven beneath the Pyramids of Giza. The unified heavyweight champion survived a genuine scare before scoring a wildly controversial 11th round TKO that saved him from one of the biggest upsets in history. The whole thing was a head-scratcher from the start. Just the idea of the heavyweight champion throwing hands against a kickboxer beside the pyramids on a card called Glory in Giza sounded absurd. But the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, was all in on it.
The WBC creates this unique belt for the winner of Alexander Usyk and Rico. They're fighting for the first time in the dream pyramids of Egypt. So this could be the only ever event like this. We created this King of the Nile belt with all the elements of this beautiful millennial country for the winner.
Usyk, already the two-time undisputed heavyweight king, was only risking his WBC strap because Verhoeven was effectively a boxing debutant. The Dutch kickboxing superstar was stepping into a professional boxing match for just the second time in his life. His only other appearance was in 2015, and you could bet the farm on the fact that his opponent wasn't anywhere near the caliber of Usyk. Still, Usyk wasn't counting his chickens.
For me, it's not easy fight. My opponent is dangerous guy, is a very big guy and undisputed kickboxing champion. I hard prepare. My focus every time, my discipline 100%. I prepare this fight hard, and Saturday I look good fight. Rico dangerous, but I ready, thank God.
This fight at the Pyramids, it's like you said, it's historical. It's amazing to be a part of it, to headline it, versus one of the very best to ever do it. So I feel blessed to be here. I'm enjoying every second of it, and yeah, let's go.
Verhoeven wasn't some random crossover novelty. The man has ruled Glory Kickboxing's heavyweight division since 2014, and he sits comfortably among the sport's all-time elite. Rico could absolutely fight, but there was no reason to think he could box well enough to survive at this level. As usual, the WBC saw money to be made and rolled the dice, but the WBA and IBF weren't buying it. Neither organization sanctioned the matchup because of Verhoeven's boxing inexperience, and Usyk was the heavy favorite, expected to flatten the Dutchman in just a few rounds.
I'm bringing something what he hasn't seen before, because he only faced boxers and that have been boxing their whole life, and I haven't. So it's just like a whole different approach.
I have no idea, how many rounds this is fight. I'm not set if 12 rounds, it's normal, but I don't know. When I have chance, I do it.
At the weigh-ins, Verhoeven's biggest weapon was obvious. The guy is enormous. The Dutchman measured 6'5" or 196 centimeters and tipped the scales at 258.7 pounds, which is roughly 117 kilos of muscle. And judging by the 37-year-old's demeanor, he absolutely believed the upset was happening.
Finally, we're here. It's been so long, it's been 6 months of crazy hard work, and I think we fully emerged into the world of boxing. Super thankful for all the work we've put in together with the team, and I'm super happy and confident we're here.
Usyk, 39, isn't exactly undersized. The Ukrainian stands at 6'3" or 191 centimeters, and he came in at a career-heavy 233.3 pounds or around 106 kilos. Even then, he was still giving away 11 kilos to his challenger, and he knew it wasn't going to be easy.
This is a dangerous guy, it's undisputed. This is guy young, good, not only legs and hands too, but it's dangerous. My focus every time because it's fighter. I'm not relaxed. Oh, this is easy money. No, this is fighter, but for me, it's 100% in concentration.
Maybe the added bulk was a deliberate tactic to rival Verhoeven's size and strength, or maybe it signaled Usyk easing off the relentless pace that had made him untouchable. Whatever the reason, the fight didn't go to plan for the champ. Aside from a heavy uppercut in round 3, Verhoeven took over with his size, awkward movement, and relentless heavy hands. The Dutchman finally started to gas in round 11, and Usyk dropped him with another uppercut, and with 10 seconds to go, he unleashed a savage barrage that convinced the referee to wave it off, seemingly after the bell. Even if Verhoeven could barely stand up heading into the final round, the stoppage instantly sparked chaos. His corner protested furiously, and the Dutchman clearly disagreed too, though he handled the controversy with far more composure than most fighters would have managed. I thought it was an early stoppage, but in the end, it's not up to me, Verhoeven said. I believe the referee knows that we're almost at the end of the round. He could have let me go out on my shield or let the bell go. That's what I thought. But like I said, it's not up to me. Later that evening, Verhoeven posted on social media that he will appeal the result, maintaining the referee halted the fight after the bell had already ended the round. So he's not done fighting the fight yet.
If not, yeah, we're just gonna win.
As for Usyk, the heavyweight king apparently has two doors to choose from now. Either run it back with Verhoeven, or square up with the mandatory challenger, Agit Kabayel. Predictably, Usyk sounded completely unbothered by either scenario.
Of professional boxing.
Not a problem, Usyk said. Let's do it. Honestly, it sounded like he was volunteering for both at once.
If you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.